I'd like to call to order the March 11, 2024 Douglas Library Board of Trustees regular meeting. The first item on the agenda would be the Pledge of Allegiance. So, where's my flag? Oh, there it is. I pledge allegiance
Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
God.
with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Yeah, we have to practice.
Something just happened. Oh, there we go. God, I mean, if you lose me, I'll try to sign back on as fast as I can, but this is just funky. Okay. We're in the public comment period. Do we have any publics available today? No? Anyone who wants to speak? Hearing none, we'll move on to number 3, which is consent agenda.
That was Peter's request, but unfortunately he is not here, so he cannot make the motion to, I believe what his plan was to put some of the stuff like the minutes and so on in consent agenda and just move it as one item. But as I said, he's not here, so.
So I guess we will then move on to the minutes, which would be the next proper part of the meeting, which was approving the minutes from the last meeting. Did everybody have a chance to take a look at that, the meeting of February 12, 2024?
I have one question.
Yes.
I think it's the top of the second page where it says, I don't know if it says, I don't have mine in front of me, budget or something like that, and then it says FY2. Should that fiscal year be 24 or something like that, and not just a plain 2?
I believe it should be 25.
Okay.
That's the next fiscal year.
Okay.
So that's what I'm correcting then, or, whatever.
Okay.
Any other comments, corrections? That's a good catch, by the way.
My eyes are better than yours. They're probably older too.
It depends on who cleans their eyeglasses. That's what.
Well, I've had cataract surgery in both eyes, so sometimes it's better than others. Okay. Let's see. Any other changes? No. Could I have a motion to approve the minutes as corrected?
So moved.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'll move to the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. The next item on the agenda is another report from the Friends of the Douglas Library. I don't believe our liaison is here today.
Pam had emailed that she would not be able to attend, but that she had passed the information on to Tim, the president, but he has not joined us.
So we don't have anything to report?
Nope. They had a book sale. That's all I can tell you. I don't know how it went. I haven't heard. But they did
seemed busy.
It seemed busy. The staff who were here said it seemed busy, but I don't know what that means for sales.
Yeah. I hope it was good. So, let's see. The next report is from the town manager representative. Donna is not here tonight.
Donna was here.
I'm right here.
Oh, there you are.
Hello. So, budget. We are very busy with the budget, with the CIP, with ARPA. The town manager presented his budget to the boards of selectmen and finance last Tuesday. We have budget meetings every Tuesday in the month of March. We'll have a public hearing. Selectmen will have a public hearing, and then they'll pass it on to the Board of Finance once they finalize it. And then the Board of Finance meets early April, and they'll have their public hearing on the recommended budget in April. And then hopefully we will have a budget that goes to referendum and gets approved. So we have a little bit of work to do on it, because the way it stands right now is it's a 2.28 mil increase. which will probably not pass at referendum.
No.
So we're working on it. We have started charter revision. A commission was appointed. They had their organizational meeting and they have a public hearing on Wednesday of this week. And if there's anything charter related that the library staff or the board of trustees
Oh.
feels needs to be done, be getting that ready to submit. And the new computers for the staff at the library should all be installed and operational now, as far as I know.
We had a few
Um,
glitches today, but I think that was power related, so.
Yeah, everybody had
So,
glitches today. We're still having them. So yeah, but I think these are the new laptop setups for the full-time staff. And we continue to review our computer replacement plan to try to make sure that, we're keeping up with that. Emails, again, if anybody's having issues with emails, let me know so we can get you connected with Novus to get passwords reset or authenticators taken care of. And then I think there was a question about the KnowBe4, the security training. That is definitely legitimate, and everybody who receives the prompts to take that training should try to get that done. And we do that a couple times a year. Maple Fest is this coming weekend. There is a lot going on all throughout town of concentration. One of the hubs is at the library. There will be things inside and outside of the library. So hopefully everybody will get a chance to stop by for something this weekend. It should be a really nice event. The bridge to Pendleton from the library parking lot, we're getting closer to that. That is in the works. So we should be, I know it's been a long time coming, but we should see some construction. We have to go out to bid and all of that, but hopefully we'll see construction over the summer for that project.
Wow.
And then just the town manager did have a meeting with the Friends last week. And we're going to be setting up a follow-up meeting with them and Drusilla. But they, did have express some concerns about the programming dollars and, similar to following up on some of the things we discussed at our meeting last month. And I think that's all I have for now. Thank you.
does anyone have any questions? Comments? I had a quick question. If I'm having problems opening documents that are attached to the emails, is that something I should contact you about?
So,
I click on them and then I get something that says I'm not authorized to get access to this document.
I had that problem too.
I did too.
Was it a PDF?
Yes.
Yeah, it wouldn't come through.
Was the one I had problems with was the agenda.
Oh,
Yeah, several people seem to have trouble with the agenda, but at least two of those people had already opened it once. and
Yes.
Open it today.
Okay. 'Cause I thought it was
Not,
just a problem with my
No,
power.
there were several people, and like I said, I know at least two of them had already opened it at least once. So I resent to multiple people individually, and it
Thank you.
seems to have worked when I resent it.
Yes, it worked beautifully.
Yeah.
But
That might have just been a today issue because there's been all sorts of wonky things going on with the internet everywhere today.
Well, mine was earlier in the week. When you first sent it out, I couldn't open it.
Okay. Well, if anyone else has problems, I guess Donna's the person to contact.
I'm just a problem child.
You know, we already
mean,
know that.
I definitely could try to help out, but I would think that it would be, it shouldn't be, but it sounds like it had something to do with the way it was formatted.
I think
Oh,
so.
and the other thing, I couldn't, it kept telling me that I couldn't sign in because my account was already in use. It's been funky today.
Sign into your email or sign
I
into
could,
the,
my Hebron email. So
hmm.
anyway, because I had to do it several times, I had to shut down my computer. It was very odd. So it could have just be, the power surges that were going on in town.
Yeah.
So, okay. The chairperson doesn't only has a couple things to say about the Friends of the Douglas Library that, after the meeting last week, I think we need to work to establish a better relationship with the Friends and perhaps come up with some written ideas about how we can share information and agendas, attend each other's meetings, and also work with Drusilla about having policies for programs or any type of purchase or making request and put it into some sort of written form that we can all follow. Because one of the things I noticed about the last meeting was there were differences in recall about what had happened. So I think it's important that we get it in writing. And so I just want to report that that's something I think we might want to put on the agenda in the future, but that was one thing that I noticed from that meeting from last week. Okay, did anyone else have any comments like that? Okay. The next is the library director.
And I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that you can see the person sitting next to me. I wanted to introduce Lita Carroll. This is our new children's librarian, who has hit the ground running. If you've been watching our calendar on Facebook or our calendar on the website, you will see a whole bunch of new things starting in the children's department, which is really great. And just want to let you all know that Lita has gotten us a donation of about 200 Table Talk pies for Pie Day on the 14th. So that's later this week. So,
Yay!
Get yourself to the library on Thursday because it will be first come, first served. You get a pie for Pie Day. Just saying we open at 10, just going to put that out there. Come get your pie. But anyhow, I wanted to introduce Lita and, she's jumped right in and we're glad to have her here.
Yay.
Yay. Good job, especially the pie.
And other than that, if there are any questions on the report that I sent out, but I don't think there's anything that's come up since then.
Did you want to just sort of speak that, sort of give us a summary for the minutes and the recording?
Yes, hang on once I find it and open it so I can
Aha.
remember what I wrote. Participated in several meetings, the town health and safety committee, for one. We know that we need to update some of the security cameras, because we have some blind spots in the building. When Novus was here, I asked them to look at the existing system, and they're actually a little concerned that it's technically kind of outdated, the system we have. So we might want to consider looking into that, which I did bring to the Health and Safety Committee, so it's kind of on the radar. Our musical instruments were checked out 17 times in the month of February, which is pretty cool. And our puzzles are going out regularly too, so that's kind of fun. We actually have had one person check out, which I thought was really cool. They checked out the keyboard because they needed to play for some school thing, and then they promptly brought it back like 3 hours later. It's like, okay. Let's see what else is going on. We'll talk about the poet laureate shortly. The heating system is now all the parts are functional. We did have heat, so there wasn't like we didn't have heat, but we now have both a main pump and a backup heat pump. The toilet in the staff bathroom was replaced. I've made sure that everyone knows to use it because it's the world's most expensive toilet. It's a $900 toilet, in case you wondered, because it's below ground. So,
It has
Donna,
it chews and spits it up into this
yes,
pipe,
it's
so to
got
speak.
some
Yeah.
kind of pump thing in it, but I was like, it's how much for a new toilet? Anyway, Donna went over what the process is for the budget season, so that's you have that information. And then Lita has already started story time. The report says she plans to start story time. We have started the 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten program in the children's department. She's working to catch up on book orders because there were a couple months that we were doing just kind of the bare minimum in the absence of a children's librarian. And she attended the children's section annual meeting of the Connecticut Library Association to start networking with some other children's librarians. And that
Nice.
is what was in my report, plus a few other meetings and odds and ends that, I just throw in there for your general information.
Thank you very much. You guys have been busy. Let's see. Did anyone have any questions of the director or any comments on the report?
No.
Besides, well done.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now moving on to old business. This is where we hear about the poet laureate.
Yes, so MA, this is you. Assuming she's
Yes,
still with
and
us.
I'm here.
Oh, good, you're still.
We did have, we had a meeting scheduled for the committee, the selection committee. I don't know why, but no one attended. So I naturally sent out a sarcastic comment.
Hey, I
And,
was there. Thank you very much.
And everyone responded with a vote. And the vote came out unanimous for Larry Zimmer.
Woohoo!
Good.
Which I think is absolutely wonderful.
Excellent.
Yeah, he was great.
We have to move forward very quickly. Larry is going to be 90 in the near future.
Oh, wow.
So we have to get him in. And as I was thinking about it today, I figured we have to come up with publicity as well as a reception. We can put out the publicity and then have the reception. So I think the same committee that had a little trouble getting together to select might be the same ones too. It's a second chance anyway to get together and plan the reception and the publicity.
Now, will the reception be in the library, in the meeting room?
Yeah, I think it should be.
I would think it would be in the I don't know. I think the reading room is the friendliest room up there.
Yeah.
Does that have enough room?
Oh, yeah, we should have room.
Okay.
We'll move some of the furniture slightly, but yeah, there should be room in there.
I like the idea of the reading room.
I do too.
I'd be happy with it to help with the reception.
Okay.
You'd be happy to help, Dale, did you say?
Yes.
I'm writing
Okay,
this
good.
down just so you know.
It's on
Good.
tape too, by the way. Okay. Will you get us more information on the reception as it comes out? If we're not, if you're moving quickly, we may not have another meeting, so you might want to send us some information on that, MA, if that's okay.
Yeah, once we have information, I'll make sure that the board is updated.
Because we should make a good
And-
showing.
Yes, Donna.
So one thing, the next step is for the Board of Selectmen to make that appointment.
Ooh.
So if you can do a letter to them with that recommendation,
Okay.
I can try to get
That has
it.
to be done prior to the announcement then. Yes, it would.
It should be. It should
Okay.
be.
Mm.
So I'm working on an agenda right now for the March 21st Selectmen's meeting. So if somebody could get that recommendation to me within the
Yep.
next couple of days, I can get it on next week's agenda.
All right, Emma,
Okay.
if your email's still not working, you can always bring it to me and I'll email it for you.
Well, I have to use my flash drive and go to Donna's office or
Okay.
Fran's office with my other agenda for historic properties. So I'll be down there and I can do it that way.
Okay. That would be great. Okay, and so it will make the agenda for the next meeting. Thank you, Donna. Okay, the next thing we've discussed the budget. Is there anything else we need to
Yeah,
discuss
no,
on the
I
budget?
just wanted to have that on there so you knew where we were in the process, but Donna covered that in her report, so I think we're good.
And also I got something, the hourly rate for library clerks and pages. You sent us a comparative document?
I did
Or-
as part of the draft, yes.
That's embarrassing to have.
I'm gonna go work in Bolton personally.
Yeah.
I don't know how they pay that, but I'm gonna go work.
I'll ask Liz. I'll let you know.
But yeah, that was part of the draft that I'd submitted to the town just so they could see, you know, where we fell in comparison. Yeah, I was shocked. I mean, I knew that our rates were low, but I was kind of shocked by how low it was.
Low.
Yeah.
Did that go out to everyone?
It
That
was in
comparison?
the budget draft that I sent in January and then sent again today. It's on sheet 2 of that spreadsheet. It breaks
I'll look.
down the hourly rate for library clerks or pages in comparable towns, and then sort of breaks down how much it would cost for different staffing levels for different hours. But yeah, like I said,
Well, it's too late for us.
It's our average is $16.21.
Yes.
And the only town that's even close to that is Putnam.
Yep. And like I said, Bolton with their $24 an hour.
I know. Wow. Well, I'm going to find out about that. I think I'll go work there too.
Yeah, I thought it seemed like, you know, I can work for Liz. Totally fine.
I'll tell her that.
I'm gonna go be a clerk in her library. It seems like less effort than this job.
It's weird, but I mean, she's my neighbor. Seriously. She walks my dogs.
Oh, well, when you see her, tell her that we're still trying to schedule a time to have lunch, so she needs to email me back. It's her turn.
Okay, she did ask where would be a good place to go, and I suggested the Flower Girl. So she said, yeah, she would ask for that. Okay. Moving on to new business, the first item would be election of officers. So I'm not quite sure what the procedure is for that at this point. I mean, is this not taking nominations? Is this actually voting, or what are we doing?
As I recall, at the last meeting, we had set a nominating committee.
Oh yeah.
And that committee consists of me, myself, and I.
Yeah, Gail Richmond.
that was Gail.
Okay,
Well,
good.
As the committee, Gail, do you have an update for us?
Yes, I actually contacted everyone on the board to speak with them to hear what their thoughts were. So, starting with secretary, Emily Sear would like that position, as Marianne has so many other irons in the fire. She didn't want it anymore. Emily was very interested. I spoke, the next job was the vice chair. So I spoke with everyone, and Ann Danaher, with her leadership experience, she is interested in that position. The next one after that is the chair. Nobody volunteered for that.
All you have to do is run the meetings.
That is not all you should do. Having done it for years and years and years, way back when we were association library and moving into municipal, the chair should do way more than that. As I'm not on the Board of Selectmen anymore, I am interested in it, but I have surgery, knee replacement scheduled for May 2nd. So I would be out of commission a little bit. And I asked, and I said to Pat, well, if I volunteer for that, would you be able to hang on for a little while?
So that probably would mean that I would be running in this election. And then,
Yes.
yes, and then step aside if Gail was to be voted on the board as the chair.
I would
Right.
suggest that we have co-chair, that both Pat and Gail, so that Pat can start, but then Gail will be ready to jump right in, and she will have been approved already.
Is that possible, Donna?
Should be.
Okay. If that's the way you want to do it, that would be fine. And all I have to say is, Gail, get well soon.
Well, then that would mean that I actually could work with you and Drusilla. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not always out of the running right now.
Well, thank you. Let's see. We did all the officers? Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
So,
we only have 3.
so then what we need to do is do some sort of formal listing for people to consider, I would imagine. Is there like a ballot or a nominating list or something that we could put out?
Generally,
I might move that the existing secretary cast one ballot for the entire slate.
That sounds good.
Okay.
I like that.
So that would mean that, and that would be sent out to all the board members, correct?
Oh,
Can't we vote tonight?
Well,
that's what I thought.
if you
We
want
should.
to, if
That would
We
you
be
have
know,
a
great.
quorum.
I mean, because not that I can remember who was running for secretary right now.
So
if we could
Emily.
secretary
It's
is
not who was
Emily.
running. I said the existing secretary.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
So the
I knew what
slate
I was
would
saying.
That's
be
right.
co-chairs would be Pat and Gail, vice chair would be Anne, and secretary would be Emily. So that's the slate being presented to the board.
Thank you.
Correct.
I mean,
All right.
could I make a motion that we accept the slate as presented?
Yes, you can do that.
Yes.
I will second that.
Okay. Now we come to the point, is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of electing that slate signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed? Any abstentions? Congratulations, officers.
Yay.
I don't know if it's congratulations or condolences. I'm not sure.
I was going to say, send us a sympathy card. Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to working with you, Gail.
Yes. I think
Okay.
that will be good.
Yeah, and I'll have to come down to bring you food more. You know,
Oh,
I promised to bring you a pizza, so.
my husband would like that. Yeah.
Do you eat pizza? No? Okay.
Do I?
Well, you
I'm
don't eat
Italian.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot.
I'm-
Okay, moving on to hiring procedure for full-time library staff.
And that is coming from Andy Tierney. He asked if I would sort of get the board's consensus. His understanding when hiring Lita was that he was following the procedure that the board had requested, that board members were involved at each step. But he understands that some board members were not happy with the way that process went. And so what he would like is for the board to give him in writing what they would like to see as the hiring procedure for full-time staff when it came to board involvement.
And I guess you volunteered?
I am just passing the message on. That is.
Would that be something I think that maybe somebody should volunteer to draft up that has experience in this?
Oh,
Gail?
Well, I think that should be a committee. I think that should be more than one person.
You know, and
No, no,
I'm happy to work with whoever wants to write it, just to kind of, you know, go through what the sort of the standard procedures are. But as I said, Andy would like the board to just sort of give him something in writing so he knows what
steps to take.
yeah, and
Yeah.
what step, you know, and there may be some steps that he can't take due to town procedures, but he would like to know exactly what the board would like to see.
Normally, when we draft up policies, somebody takes a shot at drafting up like an outline or, something that we could work with as a group. So would that be okay with you, Dale, if we did it that way? And then we can, it's easier for us to criticize someone else than to write it ourselves, actually.
Right.
Yep. Would that be okay?
That's fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah, the board definitely should be involved. The ordinance creating the municipal library states that we are a governing board. So we
Mhm.
do have some authority in this, but we obviously always have to go along with the town.
Gil, you did this work with the Connecticut group of for libraries. Do they have any recommended procedures that they have or any ideas from them?
No, not for something like that. Of the 170 or whatever libraries that belong to ACLB, they go from little tiny towns like Wellington to bigger towns like Meriden and the like. So they can't develop procedure that's going to work for all of them.
Is there a source where there are samples that we could look
I
at or
can
any?
put out a call on the listserv for
Yes.
other libraries
Yes.
for procedures.
That would be great.
I like that idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell you who I'm going to get responses from or what they will be, but I can ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if someone has developed a good procedure, it's a shame to reinvent it.
Yeah, that's a waste of time.
It's a waste of
Yeah.
time. And I'm willing to steal anything I can from any other library that I can.
Borrow, Pat. We're a library. We borrow.
We share. We share. Okay. So that's how it's going to go. Drusilla's going to look for some samples. And we'll revisit this the next time that we meet. And if Drusilla could send something out to us from those samples, recommendations or things that she thought was good, and then we could work on that for the next meeting.
Sounds good.
Okay, sounds great. All right. The next item is other business. Hearing none.
Well, at the moment, the Yukon women are winning 43-11.
Oh,
Are
good.
we?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Are we surprised? No. Okay.
Well, we don't play with Aaliyah Edwards again.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I have the TV on. I'm looking at the scores.
I can see how she's paying attention.
Priorities.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing.
I thought that was other business.
Well, I think it is. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Then moving on to the strategic plan committees. Do we have any reports from the 5 committees?
I would say just in terms of being an integral part of the community, Drusilla has been great about sending me, I run the newsletter at Ram High School, and been great about sending me flyers for upcoming events, little announcements about things going on, so we can shoot that out in the newsletter that goes out to all of the students, staff, and parents in the community. So that's been great. Okay,
and you're getting enough material from Drusilla?
Yeah,
I keep sending her stuff.
Yeah, no, it's great. She'll send, I send out an email on Monday to like AHM and the library and people being like, hey, if you have any announcements, for the Rambler newsletter, let us know. And so, we try to, because it's high school, we try to focus it. We don't do so much the kids programming, but like teen advisory board, taking the musical instruments out, anything like that. Some of the like cookie decorating, like that kind of thing.
Okay, great.
Mm.
Anything from oversight, welcoming, safety, or
No, I can
evolving?
speak to Integral though. I'm also on Integral.
Oh, okay.
We share. We are allowing people to come in the library for Maple Fest, and also we can share our meeting time with the Yukon women versus Georgetown.
I love it.
Oh
Sorry
my
about
God.
that.
That's going to be a good game. Yeah.
Going to be, it's a blowout.
What's
I
44
mean,
to 50?
I'm happy when UConn trounces anyone, so there you go.
Well, without Aaliyah Edwards and having only 7 players available, it's amazing.
Wow.
Mm.
I'm not a UConn fan.
You're not.
Not at all.
I'm being very facetious.
Oh, I have 2 degrees from UConn, so I better be a fan. So okay. Are there any other comments regarding the committees? Welcoming. The poet laureate, is that involved with any committees?
We have a committee.
But I mean, I
No.
think that would fall under Integral, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wondered. All
Yeah,
right.
that way, yes, but we also have or had a poet laureate committee. I mean, we have Megan M. and Gail, and we also had Althea, whom we asked to stay on. So we have a number of people on that committee anyway.
You think that you should be maybe working with one of the strategic plan committees for future poet laureates?
Well, I mean, both Meg and MA are on the Integral committee,
Yeah.
so it's sort of liaise, I would think.
We've got it
Yeah.
covered quite well.
Okay.
Yeah. She's got it. She's like, it's locked in.
I didn't know if that would be under evolving or integral. So anywho.
Yeah. I think we've been counting it under Integral.
Okay. All right. Hearing no more comments or suggestions about the committees, we have reached the thing that we wanted to do at the very beginning, which was
I so
adjourn.
make the motion.
So moved.
I don't know if you noticed in the minutes, I probably am the one that makes the motion first.
Okay, who was this? There was a second, I believe.
I'll second it.
Perfect. And is there any discussion?
Yeah, right.
Oh God.
Thank you all for making it very brief so I can watch the rest of the game.
Okay. Well, we haven't voted yet. We haven't voted yet. All those in
Oh.
favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions?
Aye.
The ayes have it. We are adjourned. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
thank you, thank you.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye-bye.